The downtown east side is the heart and soul of this city. This vibrant and troubled neighborhood is a hotbed of civic activism. And one person who makes it so is Wendy Pedersen, here to talk with Sid Tan.
Hello and welcome to Access TV. My name is Sid Tan, and we are shamelessly promoting our friends and community, and one of our favorite friends from our favorite communities here, Wendy Pedersen, a longtime resident and activist of the downtown east side, who's involved in many things, and we're going to talk to her about what is going on down there. And I think the first thing is to welcome you to the show, Wendy.
Thank you, Sid. Thank you.
Yeah, and the question I have on my mind, and probably on most people's mind, is there's a downtown east side hunger strike going on by Homeless Dave.
Yeah, right here.
Yes.
You want to
How
ask?
is he?
Well, it's day 31 today, and that's a long time to go without food. He's just drinking one little bottle of Happy Planet juice a day, lots of tea and water, which is good. But his health is definitely declining, and we're worried about him. And I mean, we're worried for good reason, because his demands are ambitious, and his demands are directed at the city, and we believe that the city will let thousands of people croak before they cave in to and go against the developers, which is what Dave's trying to do.
Yeah. We're going to let Dave actually tell his own story. We have a short little video clip here that we want to play, and then we'll come back later, okay? Let's play the clip.
That's great.
And why I'm in the 24th day of a hunger strike is because this is a dire situation in our community. We have over 850 homeless people. That's 100 people more homeless in downtown east side over last year. We've lost over 426 SOR rooms over the last year that were affordable, that became unaffordable. Gregor Robertson, the Division government, plans to give this building away here, the Vancouver Police Department, free. Corporations in this building. They want to create a venture capital hub instead of building social housing for us in this community.
Agnes, she's 10. She was born in this neighborhood. She's going to paint a daisy for us to get us going. A tradition started in this neighborhood where people started to paint the walls of buildings that they wanted to have social housing in.
We in this community know that we're in a crisis situation of homelessness and social housing.
Honestly, I was exhausted after day one, and I'm really exhausted now. It's the diabetes that really complicates things for me. If my blood sugar level goes too low, I could collapse. I could even go into a diabetic coma.
Hello, we're back, and we're here with Wendy Pedersen, a longtime downtown east side resident and activist, and we're talking about issues going on in the downtown east side. It's still Homeless Dave that concerns me, because there seems to me, I saw him yesterday, we had a meeting yesterday, and it didn't seem that it seemed like he was getting weaker, that's clear. But on that meeting, I'm wondering if you could tell me a little bit of that meeting, Wen.
Oh, well, we met at the Aboriginal front door with Homeless Dave and with our MLA, Jenny Kwan, and the MP, Libby Davies. And we also had people from the community there representing the groups that have endorsed the hunger strike demands, from Bandu, from Carnegie, from Power of Women, and other groups. Plus there was Grand Chief Stuart Phillip and his partner Joan were present. And also we had a rep from COPE, Wilson Manoz and his wife were there because they've endorsed the hunger strike demands as well. And the point of the meeting was to get some support from Jenny and Libby for the demands, and to help use that support to pressure the mayor for a meeting. So it's been 31 days and the mayor has not met with Dave. It's quite shocking, actually. We did deliver the demands on day 14 up to City Hall, so it's not like they didn't get it. And we requested a meeting, and we haven't heard anything back. So I think we're coming down to the wire, and the next step will be to try to get this meeting with the mayor.
The second issue that seems to be quite prevalent down there now is what would be called the Pigeon Cafe picket. Can you give me an update on that and how's that's going and what you pretend for?
Well, Homeless Dave started the picket at the beginning of February, and it's gone on virtually every day since then. And recently, the Vancouver Police Department, probably in conjunction with the BIAs, the owner, and with the city, tried to clamp down and say that we were disturbing their peace, the enjoyment of people to their own enjoyment of private property, and that was a potential criminal offense, and that they were warning us. But so far, there's been no arrests. They did deliver one letter to Kim Harty, a threatening letter, but our lawyers tell us that we don't have anything to worry about as long as we don't block the door. And nobody has blocked the door. We've never done anything illegal there. The owner's a rich guy. If he wants to take us to civil court, he could do that. It's not up to the city and the police department to take on his battle. And frankly, I see it as a big PR move on behalf of the city and the BIAs, and so they had their field day in the media. But we did so well because we came back within hours. We had a legal defense and we had a community defense. We had a mass turnout of downtown Eastside residents that day. There was no arrests. We took up tons of space. The media was there. No drama. So we won.
That
basically.
Could be a good thing. Yeah.
It was a good thing.
The other thing I wanted to ask you that's going on, the picket thing. My understanding is people don't seem to realize that the picket was a last resort action. And the reason why it was a last resort action is because all this gentrification, all this development and all that is going on. And as I understand, a social impact study was supposed to be out in 2010. This is 2013. And recently the mayor has said there's going to be a social impact study. Doesn't it seem like the horse has left the barn?
The horse has left the barn, and it's too late. And the city has also refused to measure the impacts of the Woodwards development. The Carnegie Association, they've measured the impact, and they've shown that 400 SRO rooms were lost in a 1-block radius around the Woodwards project because of gentrification. And we're losing hundreds of units of housing to rent increases in the neighborhood and to closures and conversions. So, and we're at this huge tipping point, and it's right there at Carroll Street, because the city's about to rezone the whole neighborhood. You were part of the Chinatown rezoning. We were all there. We lost that battle. You know what? We're about to lose the other battle too for the rest of the neighborhood. And they're going to upzone the rest of the neighborhood on the backs of the poorest people in Canada. This is the most valuable real estate in Canada. I'm almost scared to say that on TV because people will come and invest. And according to the Business in Vancouver magazine, one of the downtown Eastside developers quoted him saying that developers are pouring money into real estate regardless of what the current returns are. So it is being bought and sold. So we are at a tipping point. We've exhausted all of the talk channels. We're getting nowhere. So it's hard for me. I don't want to shut down a business or try to. I don't like to do the street action. I would rather do other channels, and others feel that way too. But I think there's not very many options left. Between now and November is when this big zoning change is going to happen. So then we're history.
If people want to find out more about the hunger strike and the issues and everything, what can they do, Wendy? Where can they go? How can they get more information?
Well, the best thing is to come and see Homeless Dave in the next week at the picket. He's got 2 demand sites. One is to get 100% social housing at Sequel, just down from Carnegie, across the street from Insight. And we're there from 12 to 2 every day, Monday to Friday. So that's one way. And the other way is our website, our blog. It's DTES, standing for Downtown Eastside, hungerstrike.blogspot.com.
Thank you for being with us today,
Thank
Wendy.
You, Sid.
It's a pleasure to
Thanks
always
for being
have
a super champion for the for the low-income people in the Downtown Eastside.
You're the champion. I'm just a cheerleader.
Okay, thanks, Sid.
Thank you for being with us, Wendy. And this is Sid Tan for Access TV. Thank you.
For more information on the Downtown East Side Hunger Strike, please go to www.dteshungerstrike.blogspot.ca.
Hello, welcome back. Today we've got a different face from the Downtown East Side with us. Her name's Debbie Call. I've known her for a long, long time.
Okay.
So Debbie, how long have you actually lived in the Downtown East Side?
As an individual, about 10 years, but my family's been, I'm third generation East Van. My family's been established in East Van since the 40s.
So you got quite the background there.
Very colorful background, yeah.
So what's happening now? We've heard a few other people speak about the Downtown East Side. Of course, this show focuses on the Downtown East Side. So what does the neighborhood mean to you, and what are your concerns at present?
The community means a lot to me on a personal level. It is the source of my cultural identity. I have several identities. It's the heritage site of Vancouver. It's the cultural identity as Vancouver as a whole, right? And
the heart of the city. So
it is the heart of the city. Yeah, we have. It's a very unique section of Vancouver. It's got a lot of different identities. So we have the Hogan's Valley. We have Chinatown. We have Oppenheimer Park. We have like the Downtown East Side and Gastown, and so it's like, and so right now, because of the rate of change, our communities are doing everything possible to create the infrastructure to protect its identities. Whether it's a housing identity, they want to protect their house, their low-income housing stock, and they're doing whatever they can through the LAP process or through any means of communications to ensure that the rate of change includes it, that is socially inclusive. Mm-hmm. And so yeah, I am part of that, and I don't have any concerns right now. I have a lot of confidence in our communities. Our community is very vocal, is able to identify its needs, and it's just like we just have to maintain our unity to make sure that our legacies are implemented. One of the things that I really have confidence is the Coast Salish Village and the Luklukai.
Yeah, as I understand, there's been a history, a tradition for the native people to welcome other people into the neighborhood. Mm-hmm. Perhaps you can tell me a little bit more about that. There was a series of longhouses.
Yes. Now, I'm one of the original participants of the Wood Squat, and because the Woodwards building has gone through a lot of different stages and has a lot of different identities itself. So I was a participant of the Wood Squat, but also the Woodwards Vision Planning Committee. Mm-hmm, and out of that, we were able to identify, it was told to us that the community had the confidence to share their visions of the community, of the future, and also sharing their traditional knowledge of the past. And what came forth was from the carvers in the community was the Luklukai, right? Which is a Coast Salish description for the beautiful gathering place. Mm. And right now I'm on a journey of helping that get revitalized. And right now we're at the stage of researching, okay, well, who do we have to connect to, and what is the story? Because a lot of people don't know. But what I've found in that journey, I've learned that the territory within the Downtown East Side is actually shared amongst 10 different nations, and that there was like several temporary, there was like longhouses to welcome the temporary, the season. Well, the people. The other territories to come into, right?
The people that came there on a seasonal basis rather than live there constantly.
Yeah.
So there was an established community there.
It was always established. They didn't live there all the time. They would just come in off their season and when it was time to come and do their trade. So yeah, the Luklukai was a trading village, and so people would come into it with their seasonal longhouses and do the business that they're supposed to do, which is why I think, and I think this story needs to be told more to help with the to address the overrepresentation of urban Aboriginal people in the Downtown East Side. Because I really think that they're just, like, I know this because my family came here for traditional reasons, right? So same with a lot of people. They're just doing governing themselves how they always have in the community, and
And the
which is why
community-
it's important to revitalize those traditions as in form of architecture and in form of governance and its form of celebrations. Yeah.
And also, of course, we have the Sunday street market there right now, and there's a large Aboriginal urban presentation in there.
Absolutely.
There's about 30% of the people who live in the downtown east side are of native origin or indigenous ancestry, which is about 10 times as much as the national average, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, because the coastal nations were very, it's hard. West Coast, I mean, on the
you got to
other.
wrap up, Debbie. So you got
sorry.
to be really quick in the
gotta
ending
be
of it. I'm sure you're going to be back sometime because there's a lot more that you can talk about. The homeless soccer league that you're representative of. You've been to Mexico, Paris.
Yep.
So we definitely have to get you back for that sometime.
Yeah.
But final words up to you.
I would like to acknowledge all my communities that continue to support me. The Vancouver Street Soccer League, with whom without I would not be able to participate in the community, and I'd like to acknowledge yourself and everybody in this room. Thank you for creating space to let our stories revitalize the needs of our community.
And I thank our audience for listening. It's always good to bring up local topics that really have such a national significance. So thank you very much. Thank you, Debbie.
Thank you.
Comments to access@telus.net. We are not Shaw.